people get off of knowing that somebody else is having a great time. And so the idea of being shy and not knowing necessarily how to communicate your sexual preferences, just know that anybody worth having sex with wants to know. And I think if you talk to, like, as a heterosexual woman, any heterosexual guy that I talk to, they would say it's super hot when a girl says, do this, or you know what I mean? Because I think most people genuinely want their partner to have a good time, like you said, because it gets them off. It gets, like, it's just overall a good thing. But people don't know how to ask for it. And I've heard, you know, there's lots of situations where, you know, I've had guys tell me, they're like, well, I've asked, I said, what do you want me to do? And the person doesn't really know what to respond with. They're like, oh, well, because again, this is perhaps kind of specific to heterosexual couples, I don't know, but I think women are generally culturally not taught to be vocal about their sexual desires and their needs. And then when
that's changing right now.
I hope so. That's the whole idea. But then so when they're asked, they don't really know what to say, or like they think that they're supposed to sound like people in like, I want you to slam me and do this, but it's like, don't, you know, but if you don't want that, don't say that.
No.
But a lot of people say things that they don't want because
that's
they're so concerned about being sexy and attractive to their partner. And ultimately, again, it's like, I think most of the time, anyone worth having sex with, your partner wants you to be having the best time ever.
And I have to say, when you're thinking about what you need to say, as opposed to what comes out naturally, you're not going to be into your own pleasure. You're going to be into what you're supposed to do instead of feeling and really enjoying what's happening right now. That's really, really important to remember that. Like, as soon as you start thinking, am I showing fat in this position? You're not.
That's hard to get rid of.
That's
a hard thing to get over.
Like, just get it, and you know how you do it. You're mindful. If you practice mindfulness, you're going to get there. So if you practice when you're eating, have you done mindfulness training? Have you ever heard of it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're eating like a strawberry. They do, and John Kabat-Zinn, he uses a raisin. So you eat the raisin, and you taste it, and you feel all the textures, and you're wrapping your tongue around the raisin, and you're really getting into the flavors from it. Like, think about that when you're making love. Think about what you're touching, the sensations, what it's feeling like, and getting back to what you're asking for. So getting back to what you're asking for, ask for what you want, and then feel that. Feel what you're
And again, receiving. I think that's typically easier with a partner that you've been with, that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, you're right.
I think in first time sexual encounters, that can be, it can be done, definitely, but it does take work to get to that point where you feel comfortable enough, even with a stranger, essentially, or someone that you've not had sex with before, to be able to do that. Because I think that's part of the problem with, like, this 4%, and for the 55%, and this isn't, like, the 55% struck me because, like, I just always assume that
guys are getting off.
Yeah, they're gonna get off.
Yeah.
And because it doesn't, and typically as it goes, sex finishes when the guy finishes in these cases, in these situations.
I hope not.
And hopefully again, that's changing. And again, this is for heterosexual couples, I suppose. But I do think that it can be done, that in first time sexual encounters you can get to the point where you're really comfortable. But I think for a lot of people, everyone's very self-conscious.
Yes.
You've not been with this person, you know.
But don't you want to have fun? Don't you want to enjoy yourself and get into it and really feel it?
Yeah.
So wait until you're ready for that.
Yeah.
Like, wait, because you deserve to have pleasure. Like, every woman deserves that. Every man deserves that. 4 and 55% are way too low.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed.